Hi, I'm Floyd Teeter, the Emergency Preparedness Coordinator for the South Jordan, Utah North Shore Stake of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. If this is your first time with us, welcome. If you're a returning visitor, we're glad you're back. Emergency preparedness can be a pretty overwhelming topic. What emergencies do I prepare for? What should I do to prepare? Is there an organized approach? I'm hoping to simplify things for you a little bit. First, let's talk about what we're not preparing for. And yes, we're having a little fun with this. The zombie apocalypse, an exploding sun or an electromagnetic pulse, a nuclear war, a Mad Max world without rule of law. All great stuff for fiction, but most don't have much chance of happening in reality. And those that do, depending on your perspective, are such significant events that you can't prepare adequately. So they're off our list here. We're not going to worry about things that we can't control. What we are going to do is we're going to deal in reality and probabilities. So let's talk about probabilities. Now relax. We're not going to dive into the math of probabilities. Like many of you, I'm no good at math, but we're going to deal with a common basic sense approach. We want to focus on the likely and the certain, the things to the right side of this line of this chart, rather than the unlikely and the impossible, the stuff that would fall on the left side of the line of this chart. For example, we really don't need to worry very much about flooding and hurricanes and daybreak. Low probability of occurrence. So those events just don't figure into our plans. Earthquakes, on the other hand, do happen, have happened recently, and are likely to continue to happen. So we should consider earthquakes in our planning. In addition, personal emergencies have a place in our planning. Job loss, injuries, fire in your home, while not necessarily widespread emergencies, are just as much of an emergency for you and yours. So they have to be considered here. Now, the key to emergency preparedness is understanding the relationship between emergencies and disruptions. An emergency causes a disruption that impacts us. Threats to personal safety, interruption of utility services, lack of food and water, loss of home. Those are all examples of disruptions caused by emergencies. It's cause and effect, folks. Emergencies cause disruptions. For the most part, we can't control the occurrence of emergencies. They're going to pop up in life. That's just how it is. But we can prepare to mitigate or eliminate the impact of disruptions caused by those emergencies. This chart shows across the top the type of disruptions that can occur from various types of emergencies. So across the top, we have the effects. Down the left axis, it shows the most probable emergencies for our area, the causes of the disruptions. So causes are down the left side of the chart and effects are across the top. If a particular type of disruption can be caused by a particular type of emergency, you'll find an X in the space where the column and the row intersect. At the bottom of each column, you'll find a total for the number of emergencies that might include a particular type of disruption. That's the right way to say it. If we plan for a specific type of disruption, it can help us be ready for many emergencies. That makes the planning pretty simple now, doesn't it? So what disruptions do we start with? We start with those that have the big numbers. They're the most likely to happen. We start with the highest numbers and work our way down. Easy peasy, ain't no thing but a chicken wing, right? So here's another way to look at it. start with the effects on the left, the big numbers, and work our way to the effects on the right, the lower numbers. In fact, that's the way our chats are going to go from here on out. We'll start with the things on the left, the big numbers, and work our way through to the things on the right. Now, the disruption chart that I showed you, along with the approach of disruptions and emergencies and cause and effect, and loads of other great ideas, can be found at the Provident Living website. I'll put the link down below. It's definitely worth your time to check it out. So with that said, until next time, be smart, be safe, and be ready.